it's Jen. Welcome back. So today for you, I have some book recommendations that are all about witches. Some of these are dark, twisted family sagas. Others are more light and light romance that also have witches in them. So it's kind of a good mix. But to get started, I do have some notes that I might look down at because some of these I read a while ago. So the first one to get us started is a classic, I consider a classic, and that is The Witching Hour by Anne Rice. I read this in 99. I was 18 years old. I would love to reread this as an actual real adult. I know 18, you're an adult, but let's be real, right? So I would love to reread this. It is a big chunker, but it was so good. I remember just being obsessed and not being able to put it down, and the size of the book did not intimidate me at all once I started reading it. You're going to get centuries of witches, very powerful witches in this one. Family saga. It's a family saga. You have centuries of witches. And this family of witches, the Mayfair witches, are haunted by this unknown, seductive, powerful being. Well, they do know who he is, but that's spoilery. So, anyways, you're gonna, with Anne Rice, her writing is the best of the best, top notch. Interview with a Vampire is another series that I read when I was younger that I really liked as well. This place, it takes place in multiple places, but it starts off in New Orleans. We also have, I think, the West Coast, California, San Francisco area, if I remember correctly. You also go back to France and Scotland. You're kind of all over the place in this saga, but her storytelling is just spellbinding. You're going to get found family, actual family, tenderness, horror, seduction, healing. There's so many things that happen in this book, and I cannot rave enough about it. Again, one that I should probably reread at some point as an adult to see if it still holds true as one of my all-time favorites, but it is on that all-time favorites list. Okay, so what's this one about? We are following, this is really heavy, I'm going to put it down. We are following Rowan Mayfair. She is a successful, smart, bright neurologist, and she has this special ability that she doesn't fully understand what it is, where it comes from, why she has it. She obviously comes from a very long line of very powerful ancient witches. And one day she finds this drowned body, which she is able to bring back to life, which is not a spoiler, it's just in the synopsis. His name is Michael Curry. Michael Curry has this weird sensory power situation that mystifies him. He doesn't understand it. He doesn't understand why he has this. It kind of scares him half to death, having this power. And so she brings him back to life, and then they form this bond, this relationship, and together they're just drawn together. And through this, they kind of try to figure out why he has this power. What does it mean? She wants to know secrets from her past. And as you kind of go in through the story, that's kind of where it starts off from. But you're going to go back and forward in time across different countries and centuries, but it's not confusing. The way she unravels this timeline and this story is, like I said, top notch, so well crafted, so well done. Her writing is amazing, amazing. So yeah, that kind of sums it up. 10 out of 10 stars. I love it. I want to reread it at some point. A lot of you may have heard of it, have already read it. It's actually currently on, I think, is it like AMC or Discovery? I can't remember what you'll have to do some research. I apologize. I can't remember what like TV streaming service it's available on, but there is one season out of the Mayfair Witches, and it's a series, and it was so good. I really enjoyed it. I'm anxious for season 2 to come out. So yeah, there you have it. The Witching Hour by Anne Rice. Can't go wrong. Next one I want to talk about is an actual series on AMC. It's on the cover here. I have read book 1 and book 2 of this series it's a trilogy, so there's 3. I am actually rewatching series 1 right now, just to get me in the mood for this October season. But yes, this is Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness. Sorry, I didn't even tell you what the name of it was. We're following Diana Bishop. It starts off, she's a scholar in Oxford, and she unearths this alchemical, mysterious manuscript. And doing this basically awakens demons, vampires, witches, this whole paranormal world, because this manuscript is something that they have all been looking for centuries, and no one has been able to recall this manuscript, and she is able to do that. Then you enter a vampire who kind of goes to meet this witch, goes to meet Diana, and you follow it from there. So this isn't just about witches. There are also other paranormal creatures in this one, but this is such a whimsical story, you guys, with twists and turns, and it's captivating. I could not put this down when I read it. You get historical fiction in here, secrets of this enchanted secret world with all these different paranormal entities. Yeah, it was so good. The writing was good. It was so imaginative. It was amazing. Like I said, I need to finish this trilogy. Maybe this season. I don't know. But if you haven't heard of this or haven't checked it out, give this a try. 5 out of 5 stars. Very well done. Loved it. Okay, next one. A little more lighthearted. This is Weyward by Emily Hart. You may have heard me rave about this book on my channel before, so if you have, I'm sorry, but here it is again because it's worth mentioning again. This one, I believe, is a debut novel, and when I read this last year, I think it was one of my favorites of last year, I was just blown away. I was blown away by, there's 3 timelines in the story, how they all come together in this beautiful masterpiece of an ending that I can't believe how this came together. It was so good. This historical fiction fantasy, you have 3 timelines like I mentioned. I have notes here. I'm gonna make sure I get the timelines right. In 2019, you're following Kate. She flees London. She finds out she has inherited from her great aunt that she barely can remember or barely knew, this cottage. So she flees London and her abusive husband and goes to this cottage to only find out that this cottage and her aunt has secrets that have been hidden since the witch trials, 17th century witch trials. So you have that timeline. Next timeline, you're following Alpha, if I'm saying that right, from 1619. Her mom has taught her magic. She's very in tune with the earth. And she's living, right now she's on trial. There is a murder of a local farmer and she's on trial because they believe she's a witch, and the town believes that she's guilty of this killing of this farmer. Then you have 1942, you're following Violet. We have World War II in here. She's kind of trapped in her family's estate. Her mother went mad before she died. And all she has of her mother is this locket with a W on it. And in one of the, I think the floorboards, if I'm remembering correctly, of her bedroom, the word Weyward is carved in a floorboard. So that's all I'm going to say, but 5 centuries, 3 different powerful women, and the way their storylines intertwine is just brilliant perfection. So good. If you haven't read this one, please pick it up. Please pick it up. Okay, there's that one, Weyward. I know I seem to be obsessed with all these. I'm sorry. It's because I am. They're all such good books. Okay, next one. We take a much lighter turn. This is just a cute rom-com mystery with witches at its center. And the first one is the Ex Hex. The second one, which I've not read yet, is the Kiss Curse. And then I believe the third one, it's called, oh gosh, The Wedding Witch, I believe. Let's see. Yes, The Wedding Witch. That comes out this October. So I've only read this first one, the Ex Hex. That's the second. But the first one... Oh, and a fun fact too, if you guys didn't know already, Erin Sterling these are her romance. She also writes under the name of Rachel Hawkins. You guys know I love Rachel Hawkins. Wife Upstairs, The Heiress, which I haven't read The Heiress yet. What's another one? Reckless Girls. So this is the same author, but this is her writing under her pen name for romance. I think I gave this 4 stars out of 5. I really enjoyed it. It's very lighthearted, very whimsical and fun. Like I said, it's a rom-com. It's very sweet little story. But we're following Vivian. She is a witch and she has a broken heart. And so she puts this curse on her ex-boyfriend that she thinks is just minimal. It might give him a bad hair day or two. But that takes a weird turn, which I won't get into because it's spoilery. And then in Graves Glen, which is their small town, we have a character, a very good-looking man named Reese, I believe his name was. Yeah, Reese. He's there to recharge the ley lines of the town because the magic is going a little haywire. We have a pissed off ghost. We have a talking cat. I love the talking cat. And so this annual fall festival, he goes to to fix these ley lines. He meets Vivian. That's where the romance takes place. And they kind of work together to try to solve this mystery on why this magic in this quaint little Graves Glen town, very fall town, why it's going crazy. And that's the premise of the book. I really enjoyed this. If you want something more lighthearted this season, but you like witches, this is a high recommend for me as well. I don't know if the second and third one are good, but the first one was very enjoyable. Okay, last but not least, I read this last October, gave it 5 stars. This is Slewfoot by Brom. This has the most beautiful, beautiful cover. There's like 15 or 10 or 15 illustrations in here that are both beautiful and disturbing. I won't show you all of them, but just to give you a taste. The back of this one also has a really scary, creepy guy on the back. But yes, so this beautiful book, but it's also filled with scary folktales, horror. You have themes of revenge in here. I fell in love with Abatha. She is such an unforgettable protagonist. I found myself just rooting for her and her revenge that she was trying to get. It starts off, she is dropped off she's arriving in colonial New England. She is betrothed to a man. Her husband dies in very mysterious circumstances. The town kind of starts feeling like, is this a witch? You also have a character named Slewfoot in here. He is an ancient, newly awoken, powerful spirit. I don't know how else to describe him without, you'll just have to read and find out. But they work together and they both have to figure out who they are, what they are, and how to survive in this town that is like out to get them and hang all the witches. It's so atmospheric. I adored Abatha. And like I said, she's just an unforgettable character. I was rooting for her revenge. So engaging, you guys. This read, I couldn't put down. It definitely blurs the lines between good and evil, and I loved everything about it. So this was a favorite of mine last year as well. So that's 5 stars. There you have it. Those are 5 different recommendations with witches. I could recommend many more, but just for the sake of the video, I wanted to stick with 5. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you got some new recommendations, or maybe some of these you've already read and are favorites just like me. So that's it. Remember to like and subscribe on my channel. It helps my channel a lot. And keep your eye out for the next installment of October. I'm going to go with haunted houses. So thank you guys for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.